Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to install my new CV joint transmission output shaft in the FL350 transmission. This shaft is included in the rear long travel kit for the FL350, and you can also use it for a custom build if you're building your own long travel suspension on the Odyssey. So I've got the transmission here. I've already had it opened up. The oil's been drained out of it. I've already cleaned up the gasket surfaces. You know, I've got the nut off, the rotor mount. I've already popped the studs out of the rotor mount. So it's all ready to come apart. So I'm going to take it apart with you, and we're going to install the new shaft in it. So this is the new rotor mount, and I've already pressed in the studs from the original mount. So the idea when you take it apart is if you don't want to disassemble it completely, you just want to pop the top cover off lightly, and that way you won't disturb the other section of it, and you won't have to dismantle it completely just to install the output shaft. So now we're just going to take it apart. This is already taken off, so we'll pop off the original mount. And now we just got to separate the cases. It's going to come apart pretty easy because I've already had it apart. But you just want to go relatively gently when you take this off, so this section here doesn't pull out. So I'm just going to pull it apart. It's just a little bit of a wiggle. I don't want to damage my new gasket. And there it is. It's split open. This is the new trans gasket that I got from Joe at Odd ATV. So now it's ready to put the new shaft in. So all you have to do is we're just going to slide out the original output shaft. Pretty easy, eh? That's the one nice thing about Honda transmissions is they come apart easy, and everything just works. So take out, that's your main drive gear, and there's a shim underneath, which we're not going to use anymore. We're going to use the new one that comes with the kit. So now we have to replace this bearing. So it's a bit snug. So all you need is a propane torch. You just heat up the casing around the outside of the bearing a little bit, and it'll pop right out. You don't want to overheat it, you just want to heat it up just a little bit, about 6 to 10 seconds. This is MAP gas, it's probably a little bit too much propane. Just regular propane would be enough. I guess I didn't heat it up enough. And there we go. So the old bearing's out. Now, I've already removed the seal. But after you take the bearing out, you'll be able to push the original seal out. This is the new seal that comes with the kit. And we'll put the bearing in first, then you can let it cool down, and then you can install your seal before assembling the rest of it. So there's two size bearings. This is a 14 millimeter bearing, and now I have found a 16 millimeter bearing, 60 millimeters wide, just like the original, but with the bigger ID. So if you have the 14 millimeter bearing, which is an RR one, you have to install the shim in the case before you put the bearing in. So this is the 14 millimeter bearing. So I'm going to put the shim into the case. I'm just going to warm it up a bit again, and that bearing will just drop right in. And it's easy as that. Now, I'm not going to put the seal in right away, but when you do, let it cool down, and you can put your seal in from underneath, and you can use either a bolt and 2 washers and just draw it in. But for now, we're going to leave it out. So now the bearing's in. Now this spacer here replaces the same thing as the original, just larger. So the spacer goes on top of the bearing. Then the main gear goes back on. Just like that. Now the new output shaft just slides in. Just like that. And now we're ready to put the outer cover back on. I'll turn that off. So put our gasket back in place. You can put just now we're just gonna wiggle this thing back on here. Just like that. I'm just going to put 1 bolt back in here for now just to hold it. I'm going to finish assembling this when it's not on the camera. So that's fine. So now the new output shaft is installed. So for the rotor mount, you have your piece of key stock. So you install that in the keyway here, just like that. If the key stock is a bit tight in the keyway, in the shaft, you can just file it down on a bit of sandpaper and get it to go in nice and smooth. So this is the new rotor mount. And the rotor mount, when installed correctly, the end of the keyway is flush with the face, with this face here of the inner hub. So we're just going to slide that on. I don't think my keyway is not in there enough. And there we go. So you see, the end of the keyway comes flush with this face. And then these 2 set screws need to be torqued down to 20 Newton meters. And that's going to finalize the installation. So there you have it. That is the new output shaft installed in the FL350 transmission. Obviously here, I haven't put in the seal yet. And if you could tap the seal in from the outside like this after it's all assembled, if you find that easier. And there you go. Now you're able to put CV axles on your FL350. And this is a Polaris RZR CV joint. So these are common, these are everywhere. Easy off the shelf piece. And it's just as easy as that. And that's about it. If you have any questions, just let me know. And these output shaft assemblies are available on the website, farroffroad.com. So, see you next time.